Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Um, okay, I wanted to show you the kind of damage that someone that actually has um, a penis like Epstein, the kind of damage that actually does to someone. Okay, I knew I had these pictures somewhere. I just didn't remember where. I don't know how well you can see it on screen. Not sure, but that's literally blood that has, bled underneath the skin from damage to that area. Okay, it was like a burst right out of my belly button and like burst all down my legs. Okay, um, close a shot of my belly. Of course, I'm real inflamed, and I had an any belly button, which no longer do because of this hernia. It's an umbilical hernia. That's my legs from the blood that seeped down into my legs, and it starts off bright red, and it like heals like a bruise. And by the way, I wanted to tell you something. Guess who's not dead? Do you know who that is? Yeah, she's not dead. And boy, did they pull a big scam on everyone, with the media included. They all were about making money. This is showing what they do um, to steal off of everyone. Um, you know, if somebody, okay, like when they do this destiny swap, that's um, how they, mind invade. Okay, that's how they're able to see into someone else's mind. Okay, and it's how they manipulate energies. All right. So, like, if you're someone that has dreams, like you were dreaming when you were in utero, all right, which would therefore have given my mother dreams, all right, and you don't understand them, you're not gonna get it, all right. So when you're dreaming like this, and these people are stealing it, taking it, and writing things such as dressing up CIA in a character and saying that they're this person and they wrote this so-and-so book. And then it gets sold for a movie and they're this huge, billionaire, blah, 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 whatever it is. But they're making it, or they have people, actors that, they're acting as it was them, It's right in Shawshank Redemption. What does the warden do? Okay. Minority Report. All right. It says, sorry, y'all. It says, and the guy says that it comes in backwards, and the video that they're watching literally is backwards. It's in reverse. Well, decoded, that means it comes through the corrupt. So it's all like twisted and jumbled up in order to try to hide the plagiarism, so that the one that it came from, or ones that it came from, wouldn't recognize it. All right? Like, it said that these big moguls don't let their kids watch TV, have video games, and like that. Yes, because they're torturing them. And they don't want them to see what they stole from them. I mean, I grew up without, like, really seeing movies or anything. It was no cable, no this, no that. And, of course, you had to pay for movies to watch them. And so the deal is to keep me broke the whole time. I mean, I literally grew up in my own house. My money paid for it. I've been manifesting my whole life, and these people just rake it in and steal it. Pointing their knobby, twisted up, gnarled fingers at me, saying that I do things that they do. I mean, where else do they come up with this stuff? When they're doing this destiny swap and energy stuff, you can be such an empath that you literally, it's literally some of their words will come out through you because they are putting so much energy on you, so many people. And it's, when you have a whole, I don't know, something like 300 families or more that get together and have meetings and decide what they're going to do and when, and they do it like on the full moon cycles or new moon cycles or both, something like that. I believe it's the full moon. And they're all in agreement with it. It's very strong, and it's very hard to fight. When they do this, that's when they're doing everything they can to dehydrate, and they have like a concoction, poisonous plants, probably stuff, allergic to, whatever, anything they can, along with, like, the kind of, if they drug you, they want to drug you with something that'll kill you. Make it look like it's this. How many people do they do this to and force them into God knows what? Take the rap for them or whatever, I don't know. Or to make someone believe they did something they didn't do. You look at Ashley Babbitt, that happened on what? January 6th, which is what number? 106, but really look at it. Gematria, it's 1 plus 6, it's 7. I know someone's numbers, when you put in their first, middle, and last name, it equals up to 160. It doesn't really matter the order of the numbers necessarily. They're putting their number stamp on it. Moloch's all about 7s and 3s. 1933, Soldier Field. They were doing some sick stuff there. They had some and it's on YouTube, some cow bull thing, and they have a child in their hands. They open this thing up and put this child that it's moving. It's like a toddler or something, or 3 to 4 years old. Put it inside of it. It's burning. What on God's green earth? These people do sick things. When a life is sacrificed or ended, and say it's some kind of false reason they wanted people to believe, well, that's a sacrifice to Satan. Thou shalt not kill. You think that's just for what? When you think it's for you? Or what about the animals? Those are God's creatures, great and small. Okay? Are you supposed to hurt and harm those that are disabled? Is it fair that they're disabled? No, something happened to them. Somebody did something. Somewhere along the line. And it's usually something to do with this breeding program, this inbreeding. These people are trying to make people like them so that they can't be seen. All right? And then about Ashley Babbitt, they like to put stuff out there before it happens to make it look like they're foretelling the future. No, they're literally telling their people, this is what we're going to do. And I don't know how long after that, well, I was shot and attacked and dragged. 99 pounds and beaten up like I was some kind of a monster. They never announced themselves any damn thing. They come to take my kid away and to kill me. That was the goal. They had this insurance policy out on me. And interesting, I grew up in someone's, insurance agency. I was a slave all the time. Didn't matter what it was. I was always running around doing everybody's work. And they do this and drain energy from you because you're exhausting yourself instead of taking that energy and using it on what you need. Not for the will of other people. That's against your will. I'll probably post the pictures of, my stomach, my thighs up on, with the blood underneath it up on Community. Because if something like that happened, it would do that kind of a damage. I don't think people really understand. It's like people, they don't want to believe it, but, who causes confusion? Satan. When you're the one that's lived through it and it took a long time for me to even kind of realize it because they've done so much memory erasing. I've had traumatic brain injuries over and over and over. Fell into a corner of a coffee table and it went all the way into my skull, like the fat. It went in so deep. And they sewed it right up, didn't give me anything for pain medicine. I didn't cry or nothing because I've already been through so much torture. Fell off a high dive, cracked my skull, swallowed my tongue. So many times, so many things, shouldn't have been able to walk away from, but because of the divine, because of God. In high school, going to prom, I'm going to tell you how God can protect you. Misplaced the prom tickets, had to turn around and go back and get them. By the time we get there, there wasn't much left, it was like 15, 20 minutes. And they did the announcing of the prom king and queen. And it turned out to be the principal and his wife. I knew right then, it's just that feeling. It's like it got just dropped right on me that, oh my God, these people are going to do me like Carrie. That was their plan, but the divine saved me, by being late. You don't know this boy like I do. This particular family line, you DNA tested. You can see how inbred they are. They are way out there sick. Very sick. But that's what their ringleader did to me, and there's the proof. The one with the Epstein member. No one deserves that. No one and nothing shouldn't be allowed to cause suffering for anyone. Straight demonic evil. That's what it is. How do a brother and sister, being my actual real mother, get together and have a baby? Oh. It was probably to try to make it seem like it was, that their kid was actually me or something like that. But I think that they told my real family that I died at birth or some shit. And there happens to be a child buried with them. Well, whose child is that? But it's not her either. She's alive. There's a lot of people supposedly died, but they're alive somewhere else. There's a report that looks an awful lot like Nicole Brown Simpson. There's no coincidence. Might be completely memory erased and didn't remember, who knows? That's what these people do. They have people act a role whether they know it or not. They hack into people. And with their energies that strong, it's literally in scripture that anything that they put their minds together to do, because there's so many of them and everyone else doesn't realize that this is true with black magic and all these things. I can decode the hell out of these movies and like some of these TV shows. I haven't seen that much of the TV shows. Some of the older ones and stuff, there's a lot in it. Yeah, there's a lot in it. If you knew who kind of sparked off Bewitched, the mother, and that fella that she was around with cut hair, looks just like the pair. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you're not really seeing or knowing because you're not in the middle of it. But, okay, explain to me, Tsar Nicholas, why does he look exactly like his brother? Like a copy and paste. Inbred. Check out the whole Romanov family story. And they also tend to twist things because, I've of course gotten things wrong because I'm around this dark energy and they're pushing so hard to push through what they once said, to twist it all up. So there's confusion. They literally do attack the speech. I've gotten into fits of just having a tickle in my throat I couldn't get rid of. Where you cough and cough and cough, to the point that you cough so hard that you done, messed up your throat. They'll do anything. And this one has been able to be a monster to me, to my children, to other people. He's been free to do whatever the hell he wants. Because they erase the minds, cause blood clots, cause mini strokes. There's proof of all this stuff. I've been malnourished. I've never been taken care of, you know what I'm saying? Not by these people. I've been put in forced relationships, But then they dropped me off at a hotel and just left me with nothing. And turns out, it wasn't until after I was gone from all that, but I had to go through it for a while. Move here, move there, starved to death. They've starved me for years. But what they were trying to push me into was prostitution. That never crossed my mind. I wasn't going to do that. They're stupid. But this is what they do. They're trying to push something, and, you don't get it. Damn it. I mean, I didn't get that at all. I wasn't ever going to do that. I mean, they tried to push me into, like, stripping stuff. I ain't doing that shit. But that's what they do. This is how these people that hate women, they hate them so much. I mean, it's like jealousy. They don't realize that that's what's killing them. It's like they're inbreeding. They're trying to make themselves without, Explain something to me. Alright, so everything started off supposedly with a man. A man gave birth to women, to woman, to children. How? Or to a maid? Come on, y'all. It would have to be a woman that, parthenogenesis, happens with animals. So you think, because people say this or that, it's just not possible. Come on. Let's use some more common sense and intelligence. Okay? Other thing, when they do something like Ashley Babbitt or like the Millie Weaver thing, and then they have their people go out and say, oh, well, I'm going to help out, da-da-da-da-da, because they're putting it out like, oh, well, this is a good person, blah, 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 but it's when they're paid people. This is how they drum up more money. Everything is a money scheme. I literally grew up with the Amway shit around, the pyramid scheme. Guess where it came from? It's his family. You go look up their characteristics. You look at the Medicis, or, well, hell, go look up Longshades. Same people. The same people have the same enemies, centuries after centuries after centuries. And their goal is to decimate everyone. Do what they want to them. Read you the way they want you, and have you have characteristics they want you to have. They want you completely. Who is that serial killer? Might have been Dahmer, I'm not sure, but the one that drilled holes and was trying to put poison in their brain in order to control them and have a sex slave. These demons are connected. Like, they're connected and the angels are connected. Like, if someone is in the lower chakras, which you can be put in them, alright? So when you're young, you have your chakras, hopefully, and they're about getting rid of that, because you'll be able to see, you'll be able to tell. You see what I'm saying here? My leg is going numb now. Yeah, I mean, I've got like floating vertebrae, it's completely broke, so it's floating, and herniated tailbone, lots of stuff, a lot of damage, I don't remember what I was going to say, I forgot now. But you can, be around, get up around like a group of people, and if they all have something on their mind or something they're thinking about, it can come right out of your mouth. And so it shocks people. You're that much of an empath because it's literally the way you've been treated throughout life. People trying to put their intention on you and stuff like that. So then when you walk up, you're literally feeling it, and it just comes right out of your mouth. I mean, it's not that I'm trying to at all. It's something I'm trying to become more aware of. But when you are around darkness 24/7, you understand that's why you need the separation of the wheat and tares. What people would be like when they were separated. You're going to see these people look like they're on, I hate to say it, but one of them weight loss drugs. That happens to be a, what's the word? Like a marker for someone that's been involved in adrenochrome. How many of the entertainers aren't your real entertainers. They've been a part of this siphoning group. You know, those people that don't seem to have talent anymore. Something happened. They've been siphoning off of people. They steal energy. They steal talent. Go watch Freaky Friday. I think I watched that once ages ago. I don't even remember it. But I'm pretty sure it was talent was. I'm pretty sure I'll see that. But there's a lot of things in these movies that tell. When I was a little child, a very little child, I was already savant. They had made me so autistic already. And they just kept going and kept going. So, but with God, you can alchemize and transmute negative energy. But it's, you're having a fight all the time. You're having to fight them. They're trying to hurt your kids. You're just praying all the time. You're, doing this all the time, that all the time, and you're trying to do self-care, and it's exhausting. They're trying to exhaust you, and that's why they, do everything they can to make it a sweat house. Literally sweat to death, dehydrate, and then they want to give you, like I said, poisonous plants, concoction with probably lethal drugs, and God knows what else, which I rebuke, cancel, and denounce. That's bad energy to put out there, and there's universal law. It comes back. It comes back. That's why you get high vibe, so that it's like an energy protection to keep your energy, what is yours, your talent that is yours, instead of someone taking it from you. So it's literally like your right side of the brain just being torn away, and they're taking it. Faisal Trip, if you will, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Because they're also, if you had any looks of any kind, youth or anything like that, they're taking. Why is it in these shows, Smallville, Supernatural, and other ones like that, where someone's all sucked in looking dead, and then they find someone that's, normal, and they suck them dry, and they're left dead. That's what a narcissist does. It's literally what it is. You'd be surprised how much of this stuff is right there in your face in the movies. And a lot of them are sentient movies. Awakenings? What's the awakening? Take the red pill. The Matrix, the red pill. Jupiter Ascending is like the red pill too. And the Mummy. Okay, you see that's like a gnat flying around. Well, he had bugs all around him. Why? Because the dead are cold. They gotta have lots of heat and humidity. When I say the dead are cold, I'm really not joking. That's why they got to steal energy, life force, talent, so they can have money. Because to them, money runs everything. They don't care about life. What they've done to me, do you want them to do that to you, your children, your pets? These people are disgusting. They're vile. The things that was put out there about the immigrants eating cats, or immigrants eating this, or y'all should eat bugs, or whatever it is. They're putting that stuff out there, telling people, yeah, this is what you're going to be left to eat. Because they're like, no one's going to care about you. They're telling this to a whole lot of people that they're doing this to. But I'm definitely a major one. I mean, why else would Rumpty say that he'd be better resident than someone without a brain? You know what I'm saying? Why are these people so out to make themselves look like they're something they're not? They're stealing it. All these inventions, where'd they come from? Nikola Tesla, they steal it. What do you think it went to? These people steal everything and claim that it's their invention. They plagiarize, claim it's theirs. All lies, all bullshit. This is a cult, a cover. And they'll show you pictures of what they do. Who's telling the truth? Who's lying? They have hordes of everybody on TV doing their rituals or whatever. They say this, they say that, but they don't come out right direct say something because they're cowards. Because they have no truth in them. You know, and below my belly button that they so damaged, I have like an X on my stomach, or like a sword, depending on how you look at it. That was it on 7/16, also 77. Moloch's about 7s and 3s. They put their mark right on it. On it with the date, the time, whatever it is. You know, that was definitely the date. Look at their PSYOP date of JFK Jr. supposedly dying 7/16/1999. When you type out his name, well, it equals up to, you know, certain things. Okay? It's not lost on me. I see it. And when they put up the things that when, you know, they raped you and that was there, like the Vincent Kennedy's Air Force mask looking thing, well, that was there. I can't remember what else. They put it up everywhere. It took a while for me to remember. It took me a while to remember who he was. And there was people from elementary school and middle school in this. Yeah. What is it? I'll say MK and Millie E. The two of them from when I was real young. I mean, this is the weirdest thing. It's like having people stalk you for life. Like, they never go away. And this is what it was like growing up. Gang stalked by these people. There were like hordes of people following me, cussing me out, calling me names. What? I'm just trying to live in my own little world. Like, leave me alone. It's been a lifetime of this. I went to work, same thing. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. There was like no peace to be had because they don't want that. They need you to be, you know, sleep deprived. Oh, they need you real sleep deprived. That's all I went through. All I went through. The sleep I got was at school. Yeah. I got tortured everywhere. There was no place to, you know, soft place to lay my head. So, I mean, I'm telling you this so that other people that have been through this, I mean, this is rituals to get people to commit suicide. That's what they really want. Don't do it because you're literally sacrificing to that Satan piece of shit so they can live longer. No way. But they're about confusing everything, twisting everything, and like the witchcraft, the police and everything else. They'll send someone in, they think it's a girlfriend, someone they're dating, or boyfriend, depending on whether it's a male or female officer or law enforcement, whatever the case is. It turns out it's one of their people that happens to have their attachments on them, demons. And so, you ever watch the movie Fallen? It's not like a touch and then Samuel's passed among you. No, it comes from sex, sexual contact. That's how the demons pass, and then you're like bound to them until you can get free. Okay? That's why you do this ascension thing and heal. And you literally are chased. Like, how do you get in heaven? Heaven's a place on earth. Gee, that's right in lyrics. Pay attention to lyrics, but they can twist those too. We get to heaven not married, okay, so we'll be unmarried. In other words, single, ourselves, loving ourselves. And marriage is a certificate with the government, you know? It's like binding you to the government. So you won't be married, and you won't go into heaven having sex. You stop having sex until you get to heaven, so that you meet like people like you. You magnetize, you know, like you're magnetized and bring those people to you, or vice versa, whatever the case is. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you stop, so that they're not able to attack and cause you to be in your lower chakras. Your lower chakras, I think that was something I was going to touch on earlier and forgot. But your lower chakras, if you're in the two lower chakras, the only thing you're thinking about is survival and sex and food and how you're going to get the sex from instant. That's all it's about. It's turning people into humanimals, like these people. These people are vicious. They get people down that low. You can't see. It blinds you. The reason you need to heal is so you can see what's going on. That's how they trick all these people. They're hypnotizing everybody by dropping them down in those bottom chakras. This is what everything is about. Everything going on TV is about dropping every single one of us into those bottom chakras. And then they can take over with a new world order plan. Alright, y'all. Love you guys. God bless. Take care.